Hey kids, I've heard that you're having some hard times with loops. Let me first say you don't technically need to have a loop uh, in your final program because I know not all sheet music leads itself to that, but I want to help you out with loops still because it makes things easier, and that's real programming after all. I think you should be comfortable with it. And if this was during the school year and we weren't having this crazy pandemic, y'all would be required to have at least one loop in your program. But okay, so look at the program here over on the right side. So it starts off with all of the variables, and then you have your setup and the void setup there. Okay, and then you have the actual program and your void loop. Okay, and I have this if the digital read 3. Remember what 3 is? That's the button. You can see my button connects to the 3 pin here. So when the button's pressed, it plays these notes, and it's the same thing over and over and over again 3 times. So I'm going to show you how to, instead of doing this, how to just loop it. So instead of doing this 3 times, you can just, have the loop. Loop it would be helpful if you want to play your song twice also. Anyways. So that's going to be a 4. Yeah, 4 command. Pretty sure. Let me make sure this. Yeah. So 4, and then you have parentheses. Okay. Now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say what your variable is. So I'll say I. And let's say I want it to be, I want it to equal 0 in the beginning. So if you already have an I at some point, it's going to reset it. Okay, so this says reset I to be 0. If you want, you can say you want it to start at 1. Okay. And then you say it's going to keep on going until I, as long as I is less than, let's say, 3. Okay, so 0, and then 1, and then 2, and then once it's 3, it's not going to do it anymore. So it'll go through the loop 3 times. At the end, I want to add 1 to it. So first of all, this isn't going to work unless you define I at some point. So go back to where you define your variables and say int I. Okay, so I'm going to explain this again. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this is saying I starts at 0. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I starts at 0. And then you're going to add 1 to it. If you want, you could change this to minus minus, and it'll subtract 1 each time. But no, we want plus plus. You'll say it starts at 0. You add 1, so it goes from 0, it'll run through the program. 1, it'll go through the program. 2, it'll go through the program. And then it'll be greater than 3, so it'll stop. So it'll go through this 3 times, okay? So then you'll have 2 curly brackets. Put your code in that you want to repeat 3 times. There you go. So it'll go through this 3 times, and then it'll move on beyond that, okay? So let's say you don't want it to be, you want it to go 5 times. Then you can say from 0 to 5. Okay. You could have also said from 5 to 10 if you want, because that's still 5 times. Okay. That's how you create a loop in your program. Okay. You can use I each time, but every time you get to a new 4 command, 4 is what loops it, it'll reset I to whatever this is. So don't have a loop inside of a loop, or else it'll just reset your variable, and the loop on the outside will just go forever and ever and ever. Okay, that's about it for loops. Let me know if y'all need help. Send a reminder, an email, and I can help you out. Good luck, kids.